Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Q&A meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. If you have any questions, please send them in one at a time. Please be brief and precise. If this is your first time to join us, please let us know where you come from. And also, how is the video and audio today? Is everything okay? I shall start reading your comments and your questions. The BT Namaskar Ajahn, Eli Hassan. Good day, Ajahn. Kim Bun Chu, good afternoon, Ajahn. Michael Saul, Satu. Julian, Freddy, Namo Buddhaya, Ajahn. Thank you. Kwan Patum Lapa, Satu. Tony Yip, Satu. Kim Bun Chu, Satu. Kenneth Tan Keyboard, greetings, Ajahn. May you be well and happy. Thank you. Eli Hassan, video and audio clear. Ajahn, thank you. We are on meditation, audio and video is clear. Thank you. Metta Lo, Sukihotu Ajahn. Thank you. Enilam, Satu. Nong Lin Lin, Satu, Satu. Question from David Nelson. Question number 1. I see relationship and career clearly as suffering. I want to meditate and read the suttas and watch Dhamma talk all day until this body dies. The sensual pleasures are seen to be suffering. I have diabetes and need insulin for the body to survive. What is the most skillful livelihood in this situation so that I can meditate and practice the Noble Eightfold Path fully with as little distraction as possible? What is the most skillful livelihood? The most skillful livelihood is to be a full-time meditator. That is the most skillful livelihood. To be able to meditate all day long. To be able to practice mindfulness, meditation, and wisdom. Listening to Dhamma talks, reading Dhamma books all day long. If you can afford to do that, that's probably the best livelihood. But you probably need to have some money to support your body. But if you have to work, then you will not have the time to do meditation full time. So ideally is to be able to meditate all day long, have no other occupation. If not, you just have to make do with whatever livelihood you have. The least time you spend on your livelihood, the better, so you can have more time spent on your meditation. Bruce Lee Alamsia. Namaskaran, dear Ajahn. Today is sharp video and clear audio. Thank you. Chonburi MTR. Sadhu. Bilim Sukihotu Tanajan. Sadhu. Chan Linda. Sadhu. Question number 2 from David Nelson. I have been doing 32 parts of the body and cemetery meditation as you illuminated, but have not yet been able to let go of the sexual relationship, even though I see it as suffering. Do I just need patience, or is there anything else I can do to get back to celibacy? So grateful for your kindness, compassion, and wisdom. What you lack is the practice of samadhi to enable you to have equanimity and happiness from within. If you can have happiness from within and have equanimity, when you see that the body is not pleasant, not good looking, you can stop your sexual desire. So you just have to need to meditate more. Before you can meditate successfully, you need to have a lot of mindfulness. So you should try to maintain mindfulness all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. And when you meditate, you can enter into jhana very easily and quickly. Once you have jhana, you have happiness within yourself. So you don't need any happiness from anybody else. So when you see the body as being unpleasant, you can stop your sexual desire. Atarab on Bosuk, Sadhu, Sadhu. Thank you for the offering, the offer of a computer. So far, I don't really need one yet. Thank you. Patarapon Bosuk. EOSC, Tanajan, Sadhu. Jinjak, good afternoon, Ajahn. I have been practicing mindfulness and my emotions have been under control even though I still feel anger and frustration at times. When this emotion arises, I will make sure that I won't react and acknowledge them. After some time, they will fade away. I wish to make my mindfulness more refined and consistent. Please guide me on how I could improve further. Thank you and hope you are well. Yes, by constantly reciting a mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, or keep watching your body movement all the time. Don't let your mind go think about other things. You have to stay in the present. Keep the mind in the body, with the body, or with the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, all the time, as much as possible. Don't let your mind think. Unless you really have to think, you need to think. But if you don't need to think, be mindful, stop thinking. Adeline Chin, good afternoon, Ajahn. So happy to be listening in today. Happy to hear from you. Jane Austen, thank you for the Dhamma talk. When I wish metta to others in my mind, how does that benefit them? It doesn't. Metta has to be practiced, not just merely thought. You have to actually do the loving kindness. You have to be loving and kind when you meet people. By wishing them well, they don't know that. You have to do actually act or say something to them. Say, how are you? I hope you are fine. Or if you have something to share, give it to them. This will then be showing metta, not just wishing metta. Wishing metta is just a step, an initial step, but you need to follow it by your speech or your action, not just merely thinking. Then they will know that you have metta for them. And that will make them happy, benefit them. Metta is to make people happy. Be Santa Claus. You cannot just be merely thinking of being Santa Claus. You have to act as a Santa Claus. Then people will know that you are nice and kind to them. And you do things that will benefit them. นมัสการท่านอาจารย์สาธุสาธุขอทิ้นด้วยสาธุทิ้นแจกสาธุสาธุสาธุi.e. ท่านอาจารย์ when we try to train ourselves to do the 8 precepts at home, but it turns out that we can only practice the first of the 6 precepts. The first to the 6 precepts. Has it been said that we break the 7th and 8th precept? If you cannot keep it, it means you break it. If you can keep it, then you're not breaking it. That's all. If you still watch movies and you still go out for entertainment purpose, do things for entertainment purpose, you are breaking the 7th precept. And if you sleep on a luxurious bed, comfortable bed, then you are breaking the 8 precepts. Ajahn, Satu, Juliana Satu, Rusli Alamshia from Indonesia. Question: Dear Ajahn, is it good livelihood if we live out our sale, investments, interest, and dividends? I do only prudent investments such as government bond, fixed deposit, where the risks are low, guaranteed by government, and also with some hedging instruments, even though it is not much, but the income suffice my simple life. Yes, it is good livelihood if you can do this. Then it will give you plenty of time to do a meditation practice. To save your money in a bank or in some safe deposit, then it's okay. Then you can use the interest from this investment to pay for your livelihood. But it will be even better if you can become a monk. Then you won't have to worry about this investment, because investment can also be uncertain. But once you become a monk, you are guaranteed that you will have full support of your livelihood by going on alms round. I.e. question number 2, does fasting in Buddhism mean not drink water at all? No, it means solid food. Don't eat any food. You can drink some water, you can drink water, and if you like, it depends on how you want to be strict with your fasting. Some people are not 100% strict. They can drink fruit juices, for instance, but not milk. Milk is considered to be food. You can drink fruit juices, you can drink tea, coffee, sugar, honey, things like this are allowed. It depends on how strict you want to fast. If you want to be really strict, then the only thing you take is water, plain water. Pasi Chung, Satu Satu. Christine Koe, Satu. Fasting is is a tool to help you do more practice. Because when you fast, you will become hungry. And in order to deal with the hunger, you have to meditate. Once your mind becomes calm, then the hunger will not bother your mind, will not bother you. But if you don't meditate, then the hunger will bother you and cause you a lot of suffering. So it's a method to help you do more practice, force you to do more practice, more meditation. Anna Goldman, good afternoon, Ajahn. Thanks for your explaining about Dhamma. You are welcome. Casey Young, Sadhu. Question from a student. I am 30 and have been with my boyfriend for 8 years. He recently broke up with me. I found out that in the last few months we were together, he has been spending time with another girl. Beg him to reconcile, but he wanted me to give him some time, and he keeps spending time with the girl. This is driving me insane. I have been crying every day for 3 months. I have gone as far as stalking them. I can't meditate during this month because my mind is too agitated. I feel so depressed every day while waiting for him to tell me whether we will really get back together. Please tell me, Ajahn. I don't know who else to ask. If I were you, I would just say enough is enough. If this relationship is causing you suffering, why do you want to maintain it? This relationship is hurting you. So anything that hurts you, you should cut it off from you. It's like a snake biting you. Do you want the snake to keep biting you? That's what this relationship is doing to you right now, causing you extreme suffering. And if you somehow manage to reconcile, will that guarantee that this thing will not happen again? So it's better to be wrong once. Don't be wrong twice. If you're wrong twice, it means you are foolish. So you should take this as a lesson to teach you not to have any relationship. Because relationship is suffering, can cause you suffering. Because relationship is not permanent. It can change from good relationship to bad relationship. It's anicca, it's anatta, you cannot control it. If you want to keep this relationship going, it can cause you dukkha. So if you don't want to have any dukkha, then you just say goodbye and say no more relationship. Better live alone. And then you can spend all your time meditating. And you can be the master of yourself. Right now you're acting like a slave, asking the master to give you happiness. When you can have happiness on your own, why do you want to have happiness from other people? Because then you become a slave, become an addict. If you cannot get happiness from other people, then you become sad and miserable. So why don't you switch your method of having happiness? by having happiness from meditation. This is the happiness you can control. You can always have it anytime you want. And you will not suffer anymore sadness or misery. Nandapat, Namaskar with my respect, Ajahn. Thank you for your teaching. Sadhu. I.e. Question number 3. Some of my friends in his meditation feel that he is like watching a movie looking at his past life. Some of my other friends in meditation saw the light. I'm just listening. I didn't think to feel what my friends saw and felt. I meditate just to try to focus and calm down. Am I wrong to think like that? No, you are correct. The purpose of meditation is to calm your mind and to make your mind happy. You don't have to see anything. You don't need to see anything or experience anything other than peace of mind from calm and concentration. You're right. Don't meditate so that you can see things or recollect past life. It doesn't make you happy that way. What will make you happy is when the mind becomes still, become calm, peaceful, and happy. Swante Satu Satu. Suwengan Satu Satu. Pasichu Tanajan. The 7th precept is the avoidance of music. But some sutta are said to music. For example, Metta Sutta, without be breaking the precept. Well, you can read the sutta without the music. Music isn't part of the Metta Sutta. I think it's being added by people with defilement. So avoid sutta with music. Listen to sutta without music. Or read the sutta. If there's no other way of getting to the sutta. If every sutta has music, then what you should do is read the sutta instead of listening. Yohanali, Thanajan, will the spiritual beings receive the merit happiness we share that arise from chanting and appreciating Buddha's teaching from the chant if we chant wholeheartedly? No, usually not, because you haven't yet achieved jhana or real happiness. So it's not easy to share happiness or merit from your meditation, because it's very difficult to get to jhana, to get to the happiness from meditation or chanting. So if you want to share happiness, just do charity. Do charity, then you become happy, and you can share the happiness from charity to the spiritual being. Other happiness is not easy to get to. Christine Coe, Lord Buddha's Dhamma is so profound. Thanks a lot. You're welcome. Pasana Chutasevi, Namaskar Ajahn. No one merely see, merely hear, merely feel as in the present, right? Merely know without any option, any emotions. So Noah has to be in the present time. Noah is to be without defilement. Whatever the knower see or hear, the knower should not react with emotion. Just merely see, merely hear. Tim Jack, dear Ajahn, thank you for today's talk. You have mentioned that by accepting and contemplating that the body doesn't belong to us, it is possible to achieve stream entry. Can you please elaborate more on what and when we should be contemplating? Thank you again. You should be constantly contemplating, except when you're in meditation. When you're doing meditation, you stop contemplating. But after you come out of meditation, you can keep contemplating on the nature of the body to remind you to give up, to let go of your attachment to the body. keep contemplating, and then when you are forced to give up the body, such as when you are exposed to danger, when you become sick with terminal illness, then you will then find out whether you can let go or not. If you keep contemplating and knowing that by clinging to your body can cause you suffering. If you don't want suffering, then you have to let go of the body. Let the body die, for instance. But if you don't contemplate, you will forget. And as soon as you become sick or being threatened with life-threatening situation, you can become forgetful and cling to your body and causing you extreme suffering. So contemplating is to remind you of the truth of the body and then let go as much as possible. The more that you can let go, the less suffering you will have regarding the body. Namo Amitabha Sadhu. Passage to Ajahn. In which realm will there be the opportunity to be in touch with the Dhammas, Tusita? The best realm to be is in the human realm. That's where the Buddha will appear and teach the Dhamma. In the other realm, you have to wait for someone with psychic power to get to that realm and teach the Dhamma. Like the Buddha, he had this psychic power. He could teach the spiritual beings Dhamma. But otherwise, if the teacher has no psychic power, he will not be able to reach the spiritual being and teach the spiritual being. Tan Kim Fong Sadhu. Phoenix Lee. Dear Ajahn, is it acceptable to eat by 1 p.m. instead of noon and break the fast after 7 a.m. the next day? In Anjali, thank you. Well, usually it's after 12 o'clock, afternoon, after 12 noon. You cannot eat after 12 noon. But if you find it impossible and you have to extend 1 hour, I don't think there's much problem there. If you happen to be working, you stop working at noon and eat from noon to 1 p.m. But usually the 8 precept is meant for those who doesn't have any work to do. People who on your day off, for instance, then you will have no problem with this time frame of eating. Normally, you have to break the fast at the break of the first light in the morning. As soon as you can see the leaves clearly, then it's considered to be a new day, and you can start eating until noon if you want to continue on keeping the 8 precepts. I.e., question number 4, can a person who has attained jhana be able to break the precept? Yes, because when you come out of jhana, your mind will come back and remain normal on a normal level, which is not as strong as in the jhana level. So you can still break the precepts. Yohanali, thank you, Ajahn, for correcting my view. You're welcome. Ami Chinawong, Namasakan Pajan. Carmen CH, good afternoon, Ajahn. May you be well and healthy always. Thank you. Imunchu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Pashan Gekwat. Good morning, Ajahn. Can meditation is the only solution to our problem? Partially. Meditation can can stop your problem temporarily, but not permanently. In order to solve your problem permanently, you need to have wisdom. And you need to be able to see that all problem is anicca, dukkha, anatta. When you see that it is anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you just let go and stop trying to solve the problem. Once you don't solve the problem, then the problem doesn't become a problem anymore. Meaning you accept whatever happens, happen. Whatever will be, will be. Then things will not become a problem to you. But if you still insist on wanting things to be the way you want it, then it can be a problem. So the problem is you are creating the problem by not accepting reality. If you accept reality for what it is, then there will be no problem. This is seeing the three characteristics of existence, of everything, of reality. Reality is anicca, dukkha, anatta. You cannot order it like a menu in a restaurant. You have to take it as it is given to you. It's more like a buffet, I guess. Reality is like a buffet, not a a la carte. You cannot order this kind of food or that kind of food. You take whatever the buffet gives to you, then there will be no problem. When you go to a buffet, you cannot say, "Oh, I want something else," because that's what you get in a buffet. What's laid on the table for you. Life is like that. If you don't want to have any problem, think of it as a buffet. Take it whatever it comes to you. Te Seng Hin. Ajahn, good afternoon. I am practicing on my own. May I know how do we know that we are progressing in our practice? Thank you. You know when you meditate and your mind enter into jhana. If you haven't entered into jhana yet, it means you haven't yet progressed. The first goal is to enter into jhana. And before you can enter into jhana, you have to be constantly mindful all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Jun Xiang. Good morning, Ajahn, from Singapore. Is jhana required to achieve stream entry? Yes, sir. It's a prerequisite. You need to have a strong equanimity before you can let go of your attachment to your body. I don't quite understand the phrasing of some of the Sotapatthiya Samyutta Sutta. Thank you. Sometimes it is assumed that you already have jhana before they teach you how to enter the stream, how to become a stream enterer. It's presumed that you already have sila and have samadhi. If you haven't yet keep the sila perfectly and you cannot yet enter into jhana, then you should try to do these two first. Keep the precepts, and meaning the 8 precepts or higher, and meditate until you get into jhana. Once you do that, then you can contemplate on the impermanent nature of the body, the no-self nature of the body, in order to let go of your attachment to the body. Question from Ravi, India. One of the sila is to abstain from sexual misconduct or wrong sexual activity. Is watching porn considered as sexual misconduct? Not yet, but you're approaching this because when you watch porn, you become horny, and you might then do sexual misconduct with whoever you come across. So it's better not to watch porn. You haven't yet break the precept, but you're in the process of going to break the precept. Because once you watch porn, you can be aroused sexually. And if it's strong enough, you might not be able to stop your desire to break the precept. Jane Austen, dear Ajahn, do we need to have a Buddhist altar at home? Or is it okay if we don't, as long as we observe the precepts, practice kindness and mindfulness? Yes, you don't need to have any physical thing. In Buddhism, you pay respect or you show respect by practicing charity, morality, and meditation. So you don't need to have an altar or a shrine. Check link 10. I was gonna wait for your comment on this. Reality is a buffet, not a la carte. You can order what you want. Another great analogy, Ajahn. Yeah, it somehow just came up automatically. Chittasati, dear Ajahn, bowing to you regarding the chanting of Buddha and mindfulness of movement. Which one is much better? It's up to you. It's up to your preference. Which one is better, then you use that one. You can use either one to stop your mind from thinking. That's the purpose. The goal is to stop your mind from thinking unnecessarily. Think only what you have to think, but don't let your mind daydream. Alvin Lee Rainping, good afternoon, Ajahn. Thanks for your profound Dhamma teaching, Sadhu. You're welcome. My computer is now working normally again, so don't worry. If there is any problem, I can have it fixed sooner or later. And thank you for everybody's kindness in supporting me with new computers or offering of computers. But don't worry, I have enough support. So if anything happens, I can always have something else to replace this one with. We have to look at reality as a buffet, and we cannot say this computer will last forever. Will always work. One day, sooner or later, it's gonna stop working. But as long as we have a replacement, then there's no problem. Or a backup computer. Thank very much,ท่าน Ajahn, for your teaching. Carmen CH, dear Ajahn, the panic attack which occurred in office past 3 weeks, I have managed to control over it by reciting Bhutto most of the time. However, I am still having the irrational thought when it will happen again due to past phobia memory. How to overcome this phobia memory? The memories of anxiety can be deleted from the mind every time it tends to trigger. I believe this behavior is derived from my past life. Well, just tell yourself that not to worry, because now you know how to deal with this panic attack. So you cannot prevent it from happening again, but at least you know how to deal with it properly. So just be confident and be happy to face any new panic attack. You cannot stop them, so let them come, but you know how to deal with them now by keeping reciting Bhutto Bhutto all the time. So this is something that you can do. You can recite the Bhutto, but you cannot prevent the new panic attack from happening. If it's going to happen, let it happen. And once it happens, you can then use mindfulness to control it. Because panic attack is considered to be anicca dukkha anatta. But you have mindfulness as your Dhamma remedy. So don't worry, once you have mindfulness, you can deal with any situation. And this is wisdom. By accepting that thing, you cannot prevent things from happening. This is called wisdom. Anatta. Panic attack is anatta. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It's like the rain and the snow. If it's going to fall, it's going to fall. Let it fall. You got a place to keep warm. Why should you worry about snow or rain? Same way, once you have mindfulness, once you know how to recite Bhutto Bhutto, you don't need to worry about anything. When anything happens, just keep reciting Bhutto Bhutto, and your mind will be safe and sound. Ayi Namaskaranท่าน Ajahn. Corinne Core, good afternoon, Ajahn. Sadhu. Pashan Kegwat. Ajahn, does breaking anyone or precept deemed as bad karma and will get vibhaka for same? Yes, breaking the precept is considered bad karma. And which one of the precepts should not be broken at any time? The first four precepts, the first five precepts, you should not break at all times. You should not break, you should not kill, you should not steal, you should not commit adultery, you should not lie, and you should not take any drugs or alcohol. That will cause you to have no mindfulness. The other precepts, sometimes you can break, like the 6, 7, and 8 precepts. But the 5 precept is something that you must always maintain if you want to present vipaka to happen to you, bad vipaka to happen to you. Te Sing Hin, Ajahn, how do we know that we have gone into the first jhana? Thank you. You know, it's like eating. Once you are full, you know that you are full. If you're not yet full, you just keep on eating. If you're not happy and peaceful and still, keep meditating until you get to the point where the mind stops thinking and the mind becomes calm, peaceful, and happy. Citta Sati, dearท่าน Ajahn, I feel sometimes I fall into a kind of daydreaming of chanting the Buddha as it becomes a habit. Just like people can easily say thanks, but it does not mean he is really grateful, but just a phrase. However, the movement keeps on chanting, which it looks like keep on changing, which looks like a person needs more mindfulness to track. Yes, sometimes it can be daydreaming, so you should chant something longer like Iti Piso, Bhagava, Araham Samma. You can chant a short sutta, Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami. If you want to use chanting or reciting as your method of mindfulness. But if you prefer to watch your body movement, that's okay also. It's up to you. Both methods are okay. Chanting, reciting Buddha, or watching your body movement. Whichever one works for you, that's the one you should use. Bruce Lee Alam say, yeah, good to hear the kindness supporters of the Ajahn and Namodana. Yes, I have many offerings and from people with new computers or money to buy new ones. So in this regard, there's no more need to send any more. Thank you. Pashan Kekwat Ajahn, what is law of karma and how does it work for us? The law of karma says you do good karma, you reap the benefit of good karma, which is happiness within yourself, within your mind. You do bad karma, you reap bad karma result, which is the dukkha or the unpleasant feelings you feel inside yourself. Bad feelings is the product of bad karma. Good feeling is the product of good karma. This is the law of karma. Besides the feeling, it also makes your mind become a higher, better spiritual beings, or lower and more worse spiritual being. If you do bad karma. Sue Christie. Good afternoon, Ajahn. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. Andy Box, sadhu. Regarding the law of karma, if you break the precept, you will feel bad. Every time you kill, you steal, you're committing adultery, or you lie, you will feel bad. And this also will make your mind become unhappy after you die. This unhappiness continue after you die. Same way with doing good deeds, like doing good karma, like helping other people. This will make you feel good. And when you die, your mind will be a happy spiritual being. Andy Box, sadhu, sadhu. Bruce Lee Alam Saya, question number 2. Dear Ajahn, do monks allowed to dispose their body parts to certain places like inside earth, bathroom, sewer, in order to avoid long queue of people getting such remains, such as hair of the head? Thank you very much, dear Ajahn. Yes, you can dispose your body parts any way you like. There's no rule prohibiting the disposing of body parts like your nail, your hair, for instance. You can throw it away or you can keep it and give it to people, because some people like to collect body part, hair of Ajahn or teachers. But these things are not anything useful. It doesn't make you become a Sotapanna or anything like that. You have to do the practice. These things are just psychologically make you feel good, that's all. For people who like to collect these things. People think it's good luck to have body parts of the venerable teacher, like hair or nail or some, the remains of, or what is left over of the food that he eat. Sometimes people like to collect them and keep them as a souvenir because they think this is blessing for them, will make their life better, happier. But this is just a delusion, not real. Life is better, happier by your good karma, not by anything else. Okay, we have about 8 more minutes left before the 1 hour mark is here. So you can still send in more questions if you like. If you're typing your question now, you can go ahead and type it. Or you're not yet typing it, you want to start doing it now, you can still do it. There'll be time to answer your question. I hope my broadcast is still on and that you are still watching and listening, because so far everything becomes uh, still no action from you coming in, no comments, nothing. So I hope it's still reaching you. Kwan Patum Napa, thank you very much for Q&A teaching. Sadhu. Check in time. Yes, broadcast is still on there, Tanajan. Thank you. Everybody seems to be quiet, so I just thought maybe we have broken the connection already. Bruce Lee Alamsaya, listening quietly, dear Ajahn. Thank you. Handy box, Ajahn. How not to have dark and fearful nightmares? By doing only good karma. Stop doing bad karma. Your dark and fearful nightmares are the result of your bad karma in the past. So stop doing bad karma and do only good karma. And eventually all your dark and fearful nightmares will disappear, replaced by good dreams. Te Seng Hin, Ajahn, thank you for answering my question today. Do take care and stay healthy. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. UOSC, yes, Ajahn, is still on. Thank you. Christine Lim, yes, Ajahn, still watching and hearing your teaching. Thank you. Kim Yeshua, sadhu. Christine Goe, Tanjan, yes, happy life still continue. Ajahn Kekwat, yes, thanks a lot again for guiding us. Yohanali Tanajan, a monk here has been kind enough to help me proofreading my translation for your book. That's good. Anilam Satu Satu. Okay, Anilam Satu Satu. Okay, I have about 4 minutes left, so I'm just sitting here waiting for any further questions. I can break the meeting now, but maybe if you're typing it, you won't be able to get the answer. So I still have about 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes left. So I'll keep waiting for any more questions. Bilim Satu Satu Tanajan. Okay, Jun Chen. Sir Ajahn, if we read the sutta, do good karma, keep our precepts, and try to meditate, even though we have not achieved any jhana yet. Will Deva protect us? Thank you. No, Deva don't protect anybody. Everybody is protected by their own karma. If you keep doing good karma, you'll be protected by your own karma. They are not protector, human protector, except for some. If you have done something good to that particular deva, then they might want to protect you. But otherwise, they generally don't protect other people. Hannibal is like always going back in time. Our parents are still young or running from tsunami. What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. Just accept it for what it is and let it be. It's gone. Don't have to worry about it. It's just an experience. It's anicca, dukkha, anatta. Satu, satu. Anajan. Amnanapat. Yap to yap. Thank you for your Dhamma, Ajahn. Okay, looks like that's about it for today. Thank you very much for your participation in this meeting. I hope it can benefit you, help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if everything goes well, I'll see you all again at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.